Rules. There you go. If you want to understand the rules, I'm gonna turn down this music. If you want to understand the rules for how this works, it's a 5v5, 20 stocks. Basically, the way it works is each crew has a total of 20 stocks. Each crew sends in one person. They duke it out. Whoever survives goes on with however many stocks he has to fight the next person. So it's kind of like a very dangerous version of Red Rover. Is that the game I'm thinking of? Red Rover, send JPX over, and then JPX fights Dudox, and they kill each other, and then if JPX is still standing, then say Red Rover, send PX Shadow over, and then JPX and PX Shadow fight. But they don't get to keep their stocks, is the main set. But if you get confused at all, you can just type !rules, and hopefully Nightbot won't ignore PX Shadow, and we'll actually tell him how it works. But I don't know, where is everyone? All I have right here is Mancer, and then two Void people. Where did everyone go? But yeah, that's the general basis of a crew battle. That would be an interesting twist. That would be too much of an advantage if you won, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna fight blah blah blah. But that's kind of the general concept, is you fight, and whoever wins, however many stocks left, that's what they bring to the next match. So if Stevenator and PX Shadow fight, and PX Shadow ends it with one stock at the next match, PX Shadow is going to have to kill himself down to one stock, and then he has to fight it out and hopefully take off some stocks of his next opponent, etc., etc., until the team runs out of stocks. Do I think they will give me community colors? I hope so. I would love community colors. It's not my decision as to whether or not I get community colors, but if BMG is like, hey, here's a key for community colors, I'd be like, alright, thanks. I appreciate that. But it is what it is. Did they know I won the crew battle with my 3 stocks? Little did they know I won the... Is the servers okay? I hope so. They seem to be okay right now. Where am I joining you in TeamSpeak? Are you on? You're probably in the JV side. I'm gonna kidnap you real quick.
User was moved to your
Hello.
Hello, hello.
I think this is the first time I've ever had a vocal conversation with you, but
I think so too.
I'll be here. Wait, okay, so the way this is working on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, is you're in another room with Pots, and y'all are talking it out, and then I come kidnap you at the end of a round?
I think that's what I understood too. Like we'll drop in between matches and like give our input, and then the match will start, and then we'll just drop out again.
Okay, cool. That works for me. If you want, since it's just you and I, because Froned never responded to me because he hates me, and Pot said he was too busy, I can either mute you, or you can deafen and mute yourself, or you can be in a closer room, whatever works for you, and I'll just ping you in chat in the TeamSpeak.
Yeah, I'll probably just mute myself.
All right, awesome. That sounds good. It's up. All right, I think we have enough people. We got what? Jv4 has Manter, Stevenator, Magma Bob, and Z Zombie. That's 4 people. Over on the Void side, they have a crap ton of people. Remorse, PX Shadow, Legit Punisher, Dudox, Alec Furiosity, Misfit, and Beta. Void's showing up with numbers, not necessarily with I don't know, not necessarily the strongest players. No offense to all of them, but some of them are really strong. I think Misfit's gonna be Misfit, Dudox, Lone Punisher, Legit Punisher, all really strong players. But Jv4 has a history of being absolutely dominant as one of the top 4 teams.
And especially after Jv4 is practically absorbed what's left of Boo.
Yeah, exactly. I noticed that Magma's on your team this time.
Yes, Magma and EXO are our new players, along with Lance on the EU side of things.
And then you have where Kayla was wearing a Jv4 tag.
Oh, was she?
I believe so.
I was not aware that she had joined, if she has.
Her tag keeps changing.
Okay.
But but I noticed how you guys don't have EXO playing for you, but Magnum Bob's in this room, so do you think you're gonna throw him in there?
I don't know. I've not been involved in the process at all.
Okay,
And
so
I've specifically kept myself out because
Okay.
of I'm trying to keep myself unbiased on the commentary side of things.
All right. So okay, in your experience, as far as crew battles go, do you think it's best to keep like a strong anchor or lead with your best foot, go for your heavy hitters first, and then hope that your quote unquote weaker players will be there to clean up at the end?
You know, honestly, I think it greatly depends on how the clan itself, like how the synergy of the clan works, because you'll get some clans where you wanna lead with someone really strong so that that'll boost morale, everyone gets hyped, everyone starts playing really well. Other times, everyone feels really strong, but you want to have someone in the back as a safety net that everyone can sort of lean on and say, we'll be fine. We've got this person as our final player. Things can't go too wrong. So I think a lot of it depends on
On the team.
right, right.
So do you think no? Okay, so you've played with most of the people in this lobby.
Right.
Specifically, obviously Jv4, but more also Void. You've played with most of those players. What do you think? Knowing how Void is, do you think that they would do the strong guy first? I'm gonna just assume that Misfit is one of their strongest players. Do you think they're gonna keep Misfit on the back end? Maybe put their strong players on the middle and try to get as many stocks as possible in that middle area? I don't know. What do you think
Maybe,
their ordering is
but
gonna be?
honestly, I haven't seen Void in a. I'm not even sure if Void has played in a crew battle yet since their inception.
Right.
What was it? A couple months ago?
Right.
So I'd say it's a toss up. Anything can go here.
What about on the Jv4 side?
On the Jv4 side, we in the last crew battle we did, which was against. Oh boy, I'm
CG?
trying to remember who it was against.
I
Yeah,
had-
it was
I
against
had
CG.
CG, I think. Yeah.
We definitely sent in our strongest players first, and then followed up with I wouldn't call it our weakest players, but it was definitely we definitely tried to hit hard right at the beginning. It turned out we didn't actually need Z to play, and Z at the time didn't want to play, but it worked out in the end.
That's awesome. Knowing okay, so my understanding of the JV4 team, not to be overly critical or anything like that, is some of your players are very high risk, high reward. Not to call out Egg Soup, but Egg Soup, he'll go big and go ham, but sometimes he'll overcommit and maybe like take himself out with his opponent. In one
No,
v
I absolutely
in 1v1s
agree.
it
And
works.
I mean,
but
Z has an entire term in the game dedicated to his inability to recover a lot of the times. And so, and we have a certain subset of players like that.
Yeah.
I have a tendency to do that too, which is go really hard and really aggro. And sometimes it works, and other times it doesn't work very well. Personally, I actually have a lot of issues playing members of Void because there are a lot of defensive counter-based playstyles here, and those are probably my my weakest matchups. But I think that certain players like Egg's done a good job at adapting a lot to different playstyles. Even though he tries to go really hard, he has the capability of bringing himself down, going like, okay, I need to rethink what I'm doing, get my feet back, and he can really turn things around pretty quickly.
yeah. So do you think well, Egg's not playing in this as far as I can see, but I think Stevenator is also very similar in a similar boat to Egg. Do you think if Stevenator, say he wins a round but he only has one stock left, do you think he'll be able to slow it down mentally and pace out that last stock and make his opponent really work for it, or do you think that he's gonna just so, I don't think I explained it correctly. So say he beats a person and has only one stock left. At the next match, he has to start with only one stock. Do you think he's gonna just go hardcore aggro and try to get as many stocks ASAP, or do you think he's gonna try to play it slow, play defensive, and make his opponent work for it and try to just chip at them.
Right. I think it mostly depends on how he ended the last set at, because Stevenator has a bit of like he'll go up and down a lot, and so if he's in the zone, he can really go at it against other players. And so if the set before that, he's been playing really well and he's just been destroying the other player, I think that he can definitely use his aggro to his advantage on the next stock. On the other hand, if it was more of an even match, I think he'd end up being a little bit slower on the next set, which could turn out to be a good thing because he needs to be careful when he only has one stock. So, again, I think it can go either way.
Cool. How do you think character matchups is going to play into this? Or do you think that there's going to be any counter picking as far as like one of the Void members, you see their team right now in-game chat. It's got Misfit, Legit, Dudox, PX Shadow, and Alec Furiosity. Say Dudox finishes a round, he's a known Bryn player. Do you think that Jv4 is going to be like, all right, we're gonna counter pick? Wait, okay. Do you think that Jv4 is going to counter pick and say like, all right, well, Mancer is really, really comfortable playing against Bryn players. We'll send him in against it. Or do you think it's just going to be like, we already have an order in mind, we're going to just send in like this person next because that's the order that we had coming into this and we're going to stick to it?
Yeah. In the past, Jv4 has had a history of sort of getting an order and sticking with it against a clan like Void, because I think when we were playing against CG, they had all their players were really strong, and so I think at that time our plan was, here's this order that we've got, and especially with the way we were playing, we had our strongest players out in front.
Right.
With Void, we may want to, or Jv4 may want to switch things up and try to use counter picks, simply because I think each member of Void has a very specific playstyle, and that too, they also like. We do know what sort of weapons and what sort of characters they heavily favor. And so I think it'd probably be a pretty good idea to be using counter picks during this crew battle.
Cool. Any other comments that you wanna point out about Jv4 Void in this crew battle setting?
Nothing I can think of. I think something that's interesting is that both of these clans have very recently gotten a large number of new additions.
Right.
With Jv4 taking on Boo and Void taking on, I believe it was Tyr. And so it should be interesting seeing how they can incorporate these new members. It looks like, we've got Magma Bob up first.
Yep.
We'll see how well he synergizes with the rest of the Jv4 members.
Well, one of the things that's kind of nice about this situation is it's a 1v1, so he doesn't necessarily have to synergize in the same way that he would in a 2v2 situation,
Right.
So it's still going to be him out there just doing his own business, but we'll see how it works out, especially since Magma Bob, I know for the past like month or two, he's been predominantly playing 2v2. He's stated that he's not a huge fan of 1v1 anymore, but we'll see what he can do.
Yeah, I think he definitely has the capability to bring the fire during this matchup against Alec Furiosity. We'll see how long he can carry this on.
Yeah. As a side note, I see Magma Bob has the community colors, very cool looking on that collector's edition. On the other side, Alec Furiosity has that white Bodvar and the trucker Bodvar. With that,
I think
machete.
we have quite a number of Jv4 members with community colors.
I see how it is. They just made it rain on Jv4.
Rigged. Magma Bob has it. I have it. Egg has it, and Exo has it.
Yeah.
I think those are the main Jv4 members.
Rip. Not even on till like the daddy of.
Oh, looks like we're starting.
All right, here we go.
All right, I'll pop out here.
Yeah. So this is, once again, a crew battle. If you're confused about the rules at any time, just type !rules in chat and you'll get a link to the rules. But here we go. This is Alex Curiosity versus Magma Bob. Starting off, neutral game, unarmed. They start with a kick. Alex Curiosity gets the sword first, starts off with a side air. Magma Bob still dodging around, gets the unarmed combo onto Alex Curiosity. Just not afraid to play on that sword with his unarmed. But now they got sword versus sword. Magma Bob known for those down airs. Really brutal down airs. If he gets you in an edge guard situation, he is going to get that gimp. But Alex Curiosity just keeping that pressure on top of him. Both of them trading blow for blow, down light into the side air combo. Magma throwing away his weapon, goes for the unarmed, gets the hammer, doesn't connect with the side air. Tried to read with that side signature, didn't quite connect. But Alex Curiosity still played safe, didn't run into it. Gets punished for that side signature. Magma Bob almost hits the down sig. Let's see if he can get the hammer gimp. No, Alex Curiosity is just going to make it up on top. Alex Curiosity now dodging around, showing that he too can play unarmed, but Magma Bob, that's what I was talking about. Those sword down airs didn't quite commit to it. I think he thought Alex Curiosity was dead to rights, but it's alright. He's still got time. Both of them sword to sword again. Gets the side light. Not going to chase after it with any sort of down signature. Both of them throwing outside signatures, neither of them connecting, but Alex Curiosity going for an immediate neutral light. Almost running out of jumps, but he's alright. Goes back up into the air. Magma Bob finally gets the kill with that side signature. He's going to clear the board right now. Throwing away the swords, throws away the hammer, throws away the bomb. Now he's got the sword. Alex Curiosity not able to punish that slight window where Magma Bob had no weapon in him. Let's see if Alex Curiosity can get this stock quick, or if Magma Bob's going to be able to get another stock before anything too major happens. Magma Bob keeping that pressure on. Gets hit by the stomp into the side air combo. Alex Curiosity, perfect spacing on that stomp. Throws away all the weaponry once again. Magma Bob is not afraid to play unarmed though. He's going to try to get on top of Alex Curiosity. Gets this down air. Trying to get on top of him. Gets punished for that sideline. Alex Curiosity space it out. Got the down light. Now he's got Magma Bob in an edge guard situation. Magma Bob in a lot of trouble. Almost did the gravity cancel, but opted not to. Not connecting with that down signature. Getting spaced out just a little bit by Alex Curiosity. Magma Bob gets the down air. Not able to follow up with any sort of neutral air. Gets a side air, but that shenanigans air going to keep him alive. Down signature almost worked, but Alex Curiosity was already on the top of the platform. Charging up side six. Alex Curiosity wins the side signature charge battle. Magma Bob, what were you doing? Not sure what he was expecting, but Alex Curiosity saw it and reacted appropriately. Magma Bob now going to switch. Going to see if he can get a weapon, but Alex Curiosity just keeping him off of it. Gets him with the downlight side air combo once again. Nice side air from Magma Bob. Is he going to be able to get this kill? He's taking quite a bit of damage from Alex Curiosity's sword game. Gets the side light. Gets the hammer toss. There it is. Finishing off the kill. Magma Bob going to clear the board. Going to try to clear this mine, maybe? No, he's going to let Magma... Oh, good punish with that. Down air into the neutral air combo. But Alex Curiosity has stomps. Magma Bob interrupts Alex Curiosity's combo with that weapon toss, but not able to get much more out of it. Almost gets hit into the mine. Spike ball. Not going to hit in the bomb. Alex Curiosity clearing his weaponry, but picks up a sword anyways. Dang! Magma Bob getting caught by that side, or the downlight. Unfortunate for him. Now he's in a really bad situation. He's down one whole stock. Alex Curiosity, we'll see what he can do. Can he clean up the stock? At least make it so Alex Curiosity has to come into the next match with only one stock. Give his team whatever advantage he can, but Alex Curiosity is in a really strong position right now. Slide charge not going to work. Alex Curiosity goes for a down signature of his own. Not going to connect either. Side signature. Not going to kill. Hammer. Ooh, that sword toss, though. Neutral air not going to hit. Alex Curiosity with the immediate turnaround in the unarmed combo. Magma Bob looking like he's having a little bit of trouble in this 1v1 situation. Downlight connecting, but not able to get that side air. Magma Bob sticking with his hammer is not going to get any sort of signatures off. Dodging around Alex Curiosity, but Alex Curiosity gets two down airs into a side air. Magma Bob punishing that side signature, not quite hard enough. Alex Curiosity gets the wall touch. He's still got 3 jumps. He's still got jumps, but Magma Bob with those down airs, keeping him from coming back up. Magma Bob, he's got to do something big here if he wants to win this stock out. But he's done fairly well. The stocks are pretty even. Alex Curiosity is not gonna have too much of an advantage if he wins this one outright. Alex Curiosity going on for the unarmed, just wants to win it. Doesn't want to have to do anything cute. There's the stomp and a side air. That's like the 3rd one he's connected with. Magma Bob gets the wall touch. He's safe for now. Alex Curiosity looking for more stomps. Magma Bob just clipping him a little bit with those side airs. Really smart using that hitbox just to clip over that edge. Almost get the side air. Can he get the kill? Can he get the gimp? Alec Curiosity comes up, gets hit by the neutral air. He hasn't gotten a ground touch. There it is. He's got his jumps and his dodges back. Alec Curiosity with a stomp and a side air. Magma Bob goes down. First game going the way of Void.
I think that was a really, really strong showing from Alec Curiosity.
Absolutely. He had some huge spacing from Magma Bob.
And it definitely seemed like he knew what Magma Bob was up to, because Magma Bob has a good history of doing really well in edge guard situations. And every time Alec Curiosity got onto the edge, he made it a point to quickly get back and not let Magma Bob get any sort of advantage during that period.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying at the beginning of this match, was that Magma Bob's a guy you don't want to be in an edge guard situation with, and Alec Curiosity knew that as well and went immediately to the top of the platforms. I noticed Alec Curiosity caught Magma Bob a lot with downlights, both with hammer and sword. What do you think about that?
Yeah, he did a fantastic job in terms of spacing and making sure he was just where he needed to be when Magma Bob was doing his attacks. At one point, Magma Bob went for that side sig.
Yeah, what was that about?
But Alec immediately saw that and went, I can easily punish this, and went right for it.
Right. In that situation, there was literally nothing Magma Bob could do. He had already started his side signature, and unfortunately Alec Curiosity started his second, so no matter what, Magma Bob's was going to go first, and Alec was going to be able to punish. But here we go, game 2 of Jv4 versus Void. Alec Curiosity currently killing himself off. Steve has to stay there and wait. But let's see if Steve can clean up the stock, or if Alec Curiosity is going to be able to get, further his lead. If Stevenator can get this kill easily without losing a stock, then the stocks will be even up. Jv4 and Void will be both tied at 16-16. Otherwise, Void is going to have a distinct advantage over Jv4. Alec Curiosity throwing away all the weaponry. Map has been cleared. Sword versus sword. Bodvar versus Bodvar. Alec Curiosity hitting that recovery. Right now he wants to extend this stock as much as possible. Stevenator going for that ground pound, gets interrupted by the neutral airs from Alec. Both of them throwing out all sorts of side stuff. Stevenator spaced out that side signature beautifully. That downlight side air combo punishing Alec Curiosity. Alec Curiosity back to the platform, gets the downlight side air combo himself. Throwing away the weaponry. Stevenator only has a mine, not going to connect. Alec clearing that mine away with his hammer toss. He's okay with being unarmed. Stevenator just going to wait for this mine to blow up. No, he's going in on Alec. He's got to play it a little safe. He doesn't want to give up this stock. Spike ball not going to connect. Almost went for the side signature, but Alec interrupting it. Huge gravity cancel into a down signature. That was beautiful. Ah! Part of the Creed, what do you think of that?
I was just going to say, right after this match ended, that I was interested to see if anyone was going to be able to pull off any gravity cancels, as it was a new tech that was only just introduced, and Stevenator did that beautifully.
That was amazing. I've seen a couple gravity cancels like that, where they do like a side signature to get back to the platform, or they'll do a Nash down signature to get over their opponent. But that was absolutely amazing. Used it beautifully to punish Alec, and Alec was not ready for it at all.
Yeah, and Stevenator did his job to quickly take out Alec's only stock, and now we're back on even stocks, and we have Stevenator versus Dudox.
Yeah, I was worried for Stevenator. Alec got him in deep red, and I thought Alec was going to be able to give his team a solid advantage. But you know what? Stevenator, he did it safely enough that he didn't lose any stocks, and now Jv4 and Void are both going in this with even stocks.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see how Stevenator and Dudox fight it out. Dudox, I know, favors very heavy axe play.
Right.
But Stevenator definitely knows how to counter that. I think Stevenator, despite, his up and down, every once in a while he'll start tilting, but he's also one of the more strongest players in terms of going up against matchups, because he knows how to play everyone. He's been #1 on the ladder, and that's pretty good proof that he can figure out how to play people and how to get around them.
Yeah, so going into this, I was actually going to ask you what you thought Stevenator was going to play, because I know he obviously he favors Bodvar, but he has a Roland in the back pocket, but it looks like he's going to be playing with Roland. But here we go, Game 3 of Void versus Jv4. Even stocks 4-4 each. Stevenator playing that white and black Bodvar, while Dudox is playing that black Bryn. Stevenator, why is he killing himself? I guess they picked the wrong map. I'm going to guess this is the wrong map. Otherwise, it's potential that Dudox is going to be going into this next match with one stock. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I gotta say, I think it's just a map pick. Part of the creed, I don't know if you were looking at my chat, but KDizzle242212220 is asking you to whisper him your stream name if you're interested.
I was in chat, so my stream name is right over there. It's just part of the creed.
Yeah. If those of you, if you guys don't know who is that mysterious voice in the background, this is part of the creed. He is a member of Jv4, really smart guy. He has a I don't know if you're working on a new one, but I know you have a I just forgot a video
Guide.
A guide, yes, that's where it's a beginner's guide to Brawlhalla. It's very very informative. It's good stuff.
And there will be more guides to come.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you're interested at all, I don't know what your YouTube is. I'm guessing it's user part of the creed.
Yep. YouTube.com/part of the creed.
Yeah.
And Twitch is
Twitch.tv
same
part of the
thing.
creed.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess the wrong map was picked.
They're both still there.
But yeah, Stevenator has been going almost exclusively Bodvar for the past couple of weeks. Before, I want to say, the Photos 2v2 tourney, he would switch around a lot, but around that time is when he more solidified on being more of a Bodvar main. Although I would not be surprised if he decided to pull out a pocket pick, if something were to happen. Of course, this being a crew battle, there aren't exactly a lot of opportunities to do something like that. So I expect him to mostly be playing Bodvar. But hey, if the other team pulls someone out and Stevenator isn't comfortable with Bodvar, he does have other options.
Right. I was gonna say that of all the NA players, Stevenator has one of the best lances that I've seen. He might overcommit sometimes. I've seen him literally kill himself and Exo in the same side air combo. But you know what? His lance is still really impressive. Are you guys planning on being an esports crew in the future? I don't know necessarily what you mean by that, but I believe everyone I've talked to in the Brawlhalla community will love for an esports community to exist in some fashion or the other, and I'm sure Jv4 wants to be one of those esports teams.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But it looks
and now with the introduction of open beta, we're hoping that, with more people, more hype, it's going to happen.
So it looks like, according to from what little bits I was looking at in the in-game chat, Exo was saying that they have to do map striking, and they map striked back to Thunder Guard. So it looks like, here we go, Stevenator versus Dudox. Even stocks in this crew battle. Stevenator ended up cleaning up the stocks on Alec Curiosity. Dudox getting both of the first weapons. Is going to be able to keep Stevenator from getting this one as well. Stevenator is not going to get the weapon. Dudox now has the axe that he favors so much. Stevenator in a lot of trouble, not able to get a weapon at all. He's been trying to get that unarmed going, but now he's got a sword. And we'll see what he can do on top of Dudox. Using those down airs, using the side horizontal hitbox of those down airs, gets the down light down air combo, gets a neutral sig follow-up. Not able to get that side air that he wanted onto Dudox. Dudox looking for those side lights, but Stevenator just staying right on top of him. Gets the sword toss. Is he going to get the second one? No, Dudox should be safe. Stevenator not committing to that ground pound. I think Dudox had his dodge in the back pocket anyways, but either way, kill not going the way of Stevenator quite yet. Looks like he might be able to get this with a sider. No, he's going to just toss the weapon away. He's looking for something. Dudox dodging around, gets the spear. Dodging that ground pound, goes back up to the platform, doesn't want to fight in that shenanigans area. Stevenator in the air, gets hit by that spear toss. Dudox goes straight back down. He was looking, if Stevenator was chasing, Dudox was going to immediately hit him with that the recovery, but Stevenator smartly just staying out of that area altogether. Dudox now in that shenanigans area. Stevenator trying to chase down, but a little bit late. Dudox looking for something, has the axe that he wants so badly. Stevenator currently has a sword. Dudox hits the recovery. Stevenator, you gotta watch out for that hitbox, man. Goes all the way around. Ooh, gravity cancel not quite connecting on a Dudox, but that would have been really cute if it had hit. Both of them going down in the shenanigans area, but Dudox able to react slightly faster. Stevenator just with a pop-up side air. You saw Magma Bob doing it. Stevenator can do it too. Now Dudox trying to get a weapon, gets that spear. Stevenator going to clear that mine with his hammer and play unarmed against the spear. And it's working. Caught Dudox twice with neutral lights, but gets hit by that side air. Dudox able to even up the stocks once again with a slight health disadvantage, but he has the weapon advantage right now. Stevenator going to back up, pick up a hammer. Both of them reaching for something. Dudox reaching with those side airs. He wants to hit the side air into some sort of down air or neutral air combo. Stevenator just wants to hit Dudox. Not afraid to throw out weaponry. Goes for the sword, gets the downlight side air combo, but gets hit by the ground pound from Dudox. Stevenator with another pop-up side air. Dudox has to learn to be wary of those from Stevenator. Stevenator hitting the down air, not chasing on top of Dudox. Wants to stay on the ground. You have a slight speed advantage when you stay on the ground and your opponent's in the air, but Stevenator hasn't really been using that to his advantage. And by that, I mean he hasn't really been punishing the opponent falling down. Dudox looking for something. Gets the side light into a side air combo. That is a true combo for Bryn. But Stevenator going for the unarmed side heavy. Just punching Dudox right in the face. Picks up the sword, dodges a spike ball. Dudox gets the down air. Stevenator with a neutral air. Not going to hit much more out of it. I haven't seen too many air gimps from either team. Seems to be out of play. Ooh, what was that? Stevenator throwing his sword straight down at a diagonal, and Dudox just hitting him in the face with his side signature. I think Stevenator was trying to interrupt, but it looks like he wasn't. He might have had a slight misinput on that toss. Stevenator with the hammer, trying to get that stomp side air combo that we saw out of Alec. Looking for those stomps, throws away the hammer, picks up the sword, gets the downlight, down air, not able to follow up with anything else after, but he gets a side signature. Dudox was not ready for that side signature at all. Steve's going to clear the board. He's got the sword. Dudox currently weaponless, going to pick up this bomb. Will he be able to get the stock on Steve? No, Steve's like bright yellow. What am I talking about? Stevenator gets another downlight onto Dudox, but not much else after it. Dudox picks up a spear, but gets immediately interrupted by the downlight from Steve. Ooh, but the slide charge picking up Stevenator, and now the stocks are even once again. Dudox has the axe. Stevenator looking like he wanted to play aggressive, but the second Dudox turned around, Stevenator backed off. Stevenator now has a hammer. I don't think this is what he wants, though. It seems like Stevenator prefers that sword against this axe. Good stomp and a side air combo from Stevenator. Throwing away the hammer. Picks up a different one. Looking for more stomps, but none of them quite connecting. Dudox throwing away. Goes for the spear. Gets... Ooh! Side signature going the wrong way. Stevenator with that gravity cancel right behind Dudox. But Dudox has the platform control right now. Stevenator goes for another gravity cancel down signature. That's not going to work twice in a row. I know you want it to, but they've seen that text, Stevenator. You got to do something different. Stevenator bouncing around. Get both of them back at the platform. Stevenator's got a sword. Dudox goes for the side light. Not following up with anything. Side light. Going for another side light side air. It will kill off Stevenator. So Stevenator's got to be careful. Dudox trying to get that down air again, but Stevenator going right through it. Stevenator looking for a down air gimp of his own. Goes for the gravity cancel, and that's it! He burned all his jumps going up there and his dodge, and that was a very, very aggressive play. If it had worked, it would have worked out in his favor, but unfortunately it did not. Part of the creed. What do you think?
I think Stevenator definitely had a hard time going up against Dudox this particular set. I think one of the interesting things is that Stevenator thrives on getting a lot of good strings and chaining things together. Dudox thinks that very difficult because he does. I mean, he plays a very defensive, more spacing-minded style of play.
Right. So he won't. He basically wouldn't let Stevenator get any of those strings.
Right. And so Stevenator, tried to go for as many openings as he could, but Dudox was very successful in not allowing that to happen.
So what do you think about this Z-Zombie? I believe you were the one who was telling me that Z-Zombie is in fact a Bryn main, so it's going to be Bryn versus Bryn.
It is going to be Bryn versus Bryn, and I think Z is gonna do a pretty good job here because he knows the max
knows the
Axe
mirror.
matchup, and I think he can do a pretty good job going up against Dudox this time. Hopefully, cleaning up where Stevenator left off.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 4 stocks to get rid of Dudox's 1, but if Dudox gets any of Z-Zombie's stocks, then it's gonna be bad news for Jv4.
And Dudox knows what's at stake here. I think he's going to be playing extra defensively, and if he plays as well as he played against Stevenator, there's a good chance that he can pull off at least 1 stock.
All right. I absolutely agree, and we'll see what happens in this Void versus Jv4. I believe this is game 4. Dudok's gonna have to kill himself down to 1 stock. Z-Zombie not abiding the rule of standing still. There we go. He goes back to his corner. He's gonna just taunt for a little bit, deal with it, while Dudox kills himself down to 1 stock. And as I was saying with part of the creed, if Dudox manages to get any stocks off of Z-Zombie, then that's gonna be a huge swing in the way of Void. So Z-Zombie has to make sure that he does this as safely as possible. But here we go, both of them picking up weapons. Z-Zombie gets the axe, Dudox gets the spear. Both of them throwing out moves. Dudox gets the downlight into the side air combo. Z-Zombie throwing his axe, but now Dudox has an axe and has platform control. Once again, Z-Zombie coming up above him, gets him with the down air, throws away the axe. Dudox getting side air. Z-Zombie's in a lot of trouble right now. Is he going to get back to the platform? Yes, he does. Gets the spear pickup. Dudox getting interrupted a little bit by that moving soft platform. Gets the neutral air. Is he going to chase up with the recovery? Z-Zombie interrupting any sort of recovery game with that spear toss. Dudox looking for that signature, but Z-Zombie just hitting him away. But no! Z-Zombie in a lot of trouble! There it is! Gravity! Or, sorry, not gravity cancel. Ground pound coming out of Dudox. Going to take that stock away. And now Z-Zombie, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. He's got to get this stock quick from Dudox. Anything extra that comes out right now is just icing for Void. Dudox is making the most out of this stock, and Z-Zombie is actually having a lot of trouble getting this final hit onto Dudox. There it is. Gravity cancel on the side signature. Looks like all of Jv4 has been practicing that. Down air. Not able to follow up onto Dudox. There's the final hit with that side air. Very well played from Dudox, but you know what? He didn't take too many stocks. Z-Zombie's going to be coming in this with 3 stocks.
But even then, this matchup has been close enough that even 1 stock is definitely a very big lead for Void, and Dudox played a very, very good game.
Absolutely. Void has been maintaining this 1 stock advantage throughout the entire tournament. Only evened up at the beginning and after Stevenator got that final hit onto Alec Furiosity. But now we'll see what Void can do. They're sending in PX Shadow versus Z-Zombie. PX Shadow is a known Sentinel main. He prefers Katars over his hammer. We'll see if Z-Zombie can keep PX Shadow off of Katars. What do you think about this matchup?
I think if PF Shadow can get his hands on his guitars, he can definitely do a lot of good damage against Z-Zombie. And so Z will have to be careful of that. As far as that the gravity cancel off the ledge, no one told me that was going to be the signature Jv4 move.
I mean,
but,
2 of your
it seems
players
to be
have done
working
it.
out pretty well.
Yeah, it's definitely something that most players aren't really ready for yet. I'm sure as time progresses, or maybe even as this crew battle progresses, Void is probably going to adjust to it. They've seen Z's do it once, so they know he's got it in his back pocket.
Yeah, I'm interested to see in general how much gravity cancel plays a factor in this entire crew battle. And so far, I believe it's only been Jv4 members who've been using it.
Yeah, for the most part, I guess maybe Void isn't quite comfortable with it. They don't want to use it and then end up getting punished for it, so they're just sticking to quote unquote old guns.
Right. Speaking of guns, another thing we have not seen so far
Any
in this,
gunplay?
in this crew battle.
We've seen a lot of sword and hammer.
Mm-hmm.
And a little bit of Bryn, obviously with Dudox and Z-Zombie. But we've seen, 3 Bodvars? We're about to see a Sentinel. And we got 2 Bryns.
As far as Sentinel goes, one of the things a lot of the community has been talking about is that Katars may be a little bit OP.
Maybe.
And we'll see if PX Shadow can take advantage of anything Katars might have over other weapons.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, PX Shadow, he's very, very comfortable with the Katars, and we'll see how he'll work out with it. I know he doesn't like defensive play, which Jv4 isn't exactly known for. But if Z Zombie decides to go really defensive, PX Shadow might get punished for trying to commit a little bit too hard.
And that's something Z is a lot of the times comfortable with doing, getting really defensive. Definitely something that Z and Stardust are known for doing as far as members of JV4 go.
Was playing a little bit more defensive and not and a little bit more reactionary than just
Right,
like all
right.
out aggression.
As opposed to people like, you know, me, Egg, On Tilt, who are just go all in all the time.
So it looks like they're still doing stuff. So going back to that gravity. Oh nope, they got a map. I'm gonna ask you about this later, but how would you adjust to your opponent who likes to do that gravity cancel into signature on the side of the ledge? I'm gonna ask you about that later because this match is looking like it's about to start. Z Zombie versus PX Shadow, Jv4 versus Void. Void's coming in this with a 1 stock advantage, so Z Zombie has to take a stock off before he starts this match. Blackguard Keep. We haven't seen Blackguard Keep yet. We'll see how it works out. Z Zombie delaying that first stock death, or maybe not remembering that he had to take it. But here we go. Everyone is good to go. PX Shadow is now going to go pick up the weapon on the right. Z Zombie going to pick up the weapon on the left. Z Zombie has that axe. PX Shadow on the hammer. We'll see if he throws it away and tries to pick up the guitars. Yeah, but unfortunately that was another hammer spawn. Z Zombie's got to take advantage of this as best he can. He's trying to get on top of PX Shadow with those down airs and the side lights. Gets him with the neutral light. Not able to connect with the down air. Gets another side air, but PX Shadow's now on guitars. And guitars are a weapon you don't want to fight on the ledge with. So Z Zombie makes it back to the neutral in that that middle of that platform. Z Zombie trying to go for a read with that down signature. But PX Shadow just staying right behind him. Z Zombie throwing out signatures, trying to get this stock. He wants to get this stock as fast as possible so they'll be both be at 3 stocks. But the more he throws out these signatures, the more he gets punished by PX Shadow. Now PX Shadow's got basically control of that middle platform, and he's got control of both of those weapons. But Z Zombie finally gets the axe. Going for that gravity cancel neutral air, but it didn't work. Or neutral light, excuse me. PX Shadow coming on top of him and punishing him for it. Z Zombie now currently weaponless. We'll see if this bomb's not going to connect. Z Zombie gets the spear, gets a side air. Can he get another side air? No, PX Shadow going to just stay right above him, dodging both the side air and the neutral, or the recovery. Z Zombie looking for that side air hit. If he can get it, it probably won't be death considering the size of Blackguard Keep. As I was saying, he makes it back to that soft platform. This map is a little bit bigger, so it's a little bit easier to survive on, which sometimes does not work in your favor, as it is right now with Z Zombie currently down 2 stocks against PX Shadow. PX Shadow trying to make Z Zombie work for this stock, but PX Shadow doesn't get the soft platform and falls to his death. Unfortunate for him. Z Zombie picks up the axe. Let's see if he can keep PX Shadow off that weapon. No, he's just going to let him pick up that hammer and stay onto this middle ground. PX Shadow sticking the weapon tossing into unarmed. Picks up the guitars. Z Zombie not connecting with that neutral light. PX Shadow standing above it. Z Zombie gets back to the middle. Gets the side light. Not able to get much else. PX Shadow about to take off another stock from Z Zombie. Z Zombie throwing away the axe. Picks it back up. Gets the neutral light. PX Shadow with those neutral airs keeping Z Zombie from doing basically anything right now. Z Zombie's got to get some spacing away from PX Shadow if he wants any chance at taking this stock. And PX Shadow trying to stay on top of him, punishing that side signature. Gets the neutral lights, doesn't get the recovery follow-up. Z Zombie picks up his axe once again, goes for the down signature, gets punished by the side signature from PX Shadow. PX Shadow clearing the board, but unfortunately he doesn't have guitars anymore. We'll see if Z Zombie can take advantage of this, or if a weapon is just going to spawn in his favor. PX Shadow actually running away from where the weapon spawned, but he's got a hammer. Z Zombie goes for the ground pound. Not able to get the kill quite yet. Gets the neutral signature, but PX Shadow's still alive. That Sentinel defense showing its face right now. See if Z Zombie can get the hit. Gets the down light. Not able to chase PX Shadow, just staying away from him. Gets him with the side signature. Not able to hit much else after it. Z Zombie looking for something. Is he going to do the pop-up side air? No, he's going to just go above PX Shadow. Make it back to that middle platform once again. Gets the neutral lights. Goes for the gravity cancel neutral light. Not sure what that was about because PX Shadow was way above him. But Either way, it wasn't overcommitment, but now PX Shadow in a huge spot. All this damage being put on top of Z-Zombie. Z-Zombie looking for the hit. Can he get this stock? Oh no! Z-Zombie just Z'd himself, and that is why his name is Z and why there is a thing called Z.
Oh man.
He just Z'd himself.
Z pulling the classic Z. It's sad to see, but PX Shadow played a very, very strong match that game.
He had 3 stocks left, am I not mistaken?
He had 3 stocks
Three
left, which
stocks
gives Void a considerable advantage. And they're bringing on EXO.
Yeah.
They're bringing on the Fire.
They're bringing out the big guns.
And we'll see if EXO can take on these Katars that PX Shadow has been playing.
Yeah, Jv4 or EXO. I mean, Jv4 has 8 stocks left. That means 2 players to the 11 stocks that Jv4 has. We'll see if EXO is able to give Jv4's final player a huge advantage, or if
Or
it's
at the
just gonna
very
go the way
least,
of-
catch up.
Yeah.
Because that's what they need to do right now.
EXO has to take 3 stocks before going, or sorry, not 3. He's got to take 7 stocks before getting knocked out if he wants to even up the matchup between Jv4 and Void. But if anyone can do it, you got to have faith in EXO. EXO's been one of the most prominent players in all of Brawlhalla. He's won most major tournaments. He's been on some of the strongest teams. He's been one of the most dominant players. Yeah, you got to have faith in him.
All that despite the fact that he's going on American servers from Europe.
Absolutely. He's known for having VPN problems. So if you're Void, that's what you're hoping for. You're hoping his VPN is going to give you the advantage.
But I've been told by EXO that he got some sort of, I don't quite understand how it works, but he got some sort of private server or
Right.
something on the other that lets him get much better response with NA servers, and he got that maybe a week or a week and a half ago. So EXO may be able to use that to his advantage now.
Yeah, I was talking to him before he had gotten that set up, and he was saying that he he has a quote unquote special friend who hooked him up with his own private VPN. So literally, there's no one else taking up the server space to slow down his connection. And it looks like he's gonna be sticking with Taros. That's the community colors on that Iron Legion Taros. That looks very cool.
Very cool indeed. And PX Shadow's gonna have to figure out a way to get around EXO as he starts off with 3 stocks.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Jv4 versus Void. Void's got a huge advantage right now. If PX Shadow can even get 1 or 2 stocks off of EXO, then that's just going to further that lead that Void has. However, he has to kill himself once before he does that. Here we go. EXO going to start off, picks up the hammer, or PX Shadow picks up a hammer. EXO starting off, gets the downlight, goes for the neutral air, going to go back to the ground, picks up PX Shadow with another neutral air, but not able to follow up much after it. Going to try to keep him off that weapon, but PX Shadow picks up the guitars that he favors so heavily. EXO makes it back to the platform, goes for the gravity cancel, goes for the down air, but none of them connecting, switches to axe, but PX Shadow staying on top of him with those guitars. EXO going for the down signature, but PX Shadow not having it. Gravity ground pound from both players. I keep wanting to say gravity cancel because I just want so many of them to come out. EXO getting slapped around by PX Shadow right now a little bit. PX Shadow gets the side signature onto EXO. EXO! Is he going to make it back to the platform? Playing really patiently. Doesn't burn too much on his way back, just in case PX Shadow tried to go for the edge guard. Gets hit by the recovery from EXO right from below. You got to worry about those. You got to watch out for those. When someone's got an axe or has a guitar, they have those 45-degree angle recoveries, and they're very brutal if you're not ready for them. EXO hitting 2 downlights in a row. PX Shadow still in the air. Not a third downlight. EXO now currently weaponless. PX Shadow gonna chase him, doesn't get the recovery hit. Gonna keep him off of any weaponry, but EXO goes above him, picks up that axe. Ooh, but the side signature from PX Shadow takes off that stock off of EXO. EXO picking up a hammer. PX Shadow sticking with those guitars. Not gonna get hit by that neutral signature. EXO got the stomp side air, but not a neutral signature afterwards. Gets another side air. Is going to be able to get this stock off of PX Shadow. PX Shadow in a lot of trouble. EXO's hitting really hard with the Taros 8 attack. Still dodging around. PX Shadow trying to keep him off of that weapon, but Exo doesn't care. He's got bombs. Bombs for days. Throw the bomb. Not going to connect on a PX Shadow. PX Shadow using those neutral airs to keep Exo away from that weapon, and no other weapons have spawned for Exo right now. Throws away that mine. Not wanting to commit too hard onto these Katars. Katars are one of those weapons that you don't want to play unarmed against. But Exo now has the axe. Looking for those downlights, but PX Shadow is now ready for him. He's been dodging them. Gets hit by the side air, but Exo not able to finish off that stock quite yet. Gets the down signature. PX Shadow still alive. That Sentinel defense showing its face. Exo trying to get the hit. Trying to get the hit. Can he get the side air? Looking for more down signatures, but PX Shadow just staying on top of him. Still has those Katars. Hitting him with more side airs. Going for another side signature. Exo now in a bad spot. Getting hit by another side air. Neutral signature. Not going to connect on a PX Shadow. Downlight is going to connect on top of Exo. Exo hits the axe toss. Not able to finish off PX Shadow quite yet. There it is. Punishing that side air or side signature. Exo going to try to clear the board. Yeah, he's got it because the weapon on the right didn't spawn. Exo going to try to get some damage onto PX Shadow before PX Shadow can get any sort of weaponry going. He's got the mine. Exo going to dodge it. Ooh, but gets hit by the neutralites from PX Shadow. PX Shadow now has the Katars once again. Exo dodging just a little bit thanks to those thanks to the bouncing going straight over that mine. Exo spacing out PX Shadow's down air. Gets him with the side light. Mispronouncing all sorts of things. Exo and PX Shadow, nobody wants to overcommit. Exo doesn't want to lose too many more stocks. He's in deep red, and PX Shadow doesn't want to give up this stock without a huge fight. Exo going to go straight underneath him. Huge patience, punishing that down signature. Exo now has the hammer. Goes for the side signature to punish PX Shadow's side signature, but PX Shadow just recovering a little bit too fast for Exo to deal with. Exo gets back to the platform. He's still alive. Goes for the neutral signature, not going to connect onto PX Shadow. PX Shadow trying to play it safe, spacing him out. Gets the falling neutral air onto Exo. Exo going underneath. Goes for the gravity cancel neutral signature. He's in a bad spot. Gets the recovery hit. There it is. Exo taking all of PX Shadow's with only one of his own.
Exo did a fantastic job that match.
He absolutely
and
did.
Definitely has been able to turn around the lead that Void got on Jv4.
Yeah, now
And
he's... Sorry. he's
things
evening it up.
Yeah, things are looking even again. One interesting thing I have to say is that thus far, Exo is the only Jv4 member to play who is actually did a pretty good job being patient, whereas everyone thus far has tried to go all in, tried to